Hey guys, taking another question. It's a multifamily question, and a lot of people will ask this as well, so I'll take the question. How common are all cash offers and multifamily these days? I'm bidding on a 40-unit complex in the Midwest. Asking price is $2 million. Property's on the market for a short time. Broker asked for B&F. Offer by tomorrow. Best and final. And said that he has 2 all-cash offers around the asking price. This property is pretty attractive at the price point. How can I know if broker is bullshitting me? Are all cash offers at those price common these days? Good question. It is relative. So in the Midwest, Midwest is big. I can't even tell you. Right? There's so many cities and other things. $2 million. Let me put it this way: you can't even get a $2 million house in some parts of California that's 1,200 square foot. So, and these people buy all cash. So buying a 40-unit complex that's revenue generating, and regardless if they're from the Midwest or the East Coast, West Coast, people have a lot of money. And excuse my French, but shit, there's a lot of money out there. So, the Wall Street and all these other things, that's not Main Street. And I know the everyday struggle, right? Essentially paycheck to paycheck. And there's a lot of people in America. But again, there's wealthy people out there who are investors and, business personnel. $2 million is not chump change, but it's not $54 million. So, there's going to be definitely offers. And based on a 40-unit complex, like I say, you can't even buy a house for $2 million in some of these areas in the coastal cities. So 40 units, I don't even know how big those units are. It could be 350 micro units, but they're 40 units. And rents in Midwest, and people say Midwest is cheap. One bedroom, it can't be less than $650, $700, right, per month. And just use that for 40 units. Your return ROI, your IR, it's going to be fantastic. Not knowing your expense ratios, right? So all cash offers is definitely reasonable. There's still a lot of offers out there, especially strategically. If before we answering if the broker is bullshitting you or not, if it's $2 million and I know interest rates are high, and because the interest rates are high, interest rate with cap rates are correlated, right? So as interest rates go up, cap rate decompresses. So meaning that property gets cheaper because interest rate is financing tool. So essentially your debt service becomes bigger, right? Because interest is more. Think about it. 3% versus 6% on $100,000 or even like a $400,000. It's a big difference. So 6,000 versus 3,000, right? So it's half. So if I know interest rate in the future may come down, it's not if, it's when, right? Inflation is sticky and things like that. So I think that, the Fed needs to keep the interest rate a little bit elevated longer, which is not good for everyday people. But we don't want the inflation to go crazy, have a stagflation. So if I knew in 2025, 2026, or 2027, interest rate is going to come down, then I'll buy that at $2 million, carry it all cash. I don't have debt service. Then eventually I can mark to market and rents are going up. Inflation goes up, rent goes up. So eventually when the interest rates do moderate, come back down, then I can finance that not at 7%, but at 4.5%. Then I can get all my money back. Plus then I have this asset that's cash flowing. So then I'm doubling my money, right? So that's why there's going to be all cash buyers. If it's in a good location, it's a pretty attractive opportunity. So the broker may be bullshitting you, but you will never know until you make an offer. They may say they might have multiple offers and they have BNF, best and final. What they're trying to do is to get your offer in and try to put that offer against the other offers and try to push those people. So if I was a broker, I have ethics and fiduciary, I know that, but I have a fiduciary due to my client who's trying to get the best price as possible without creating fraud, right? So if I know there's a lot of interest and I have 10 offers and let's say 8 of them have financing and 2 was all cash, maybe they're not at $2 million. Maybe it's all cash 1.5. I'm sure the broker didn't give you their offers, right? Because why would they give their strategy? So then they want you to write best and final offer so that they can get it. And what if you roll 1.9 million? So they're going to go take your 1.9 and go to the other 2 cash buyers who made an offer at 1.6, 1.5 and say, hey, we appreciate the offer. We just, we have another all cash buyer. It's much higher than you guys. So there was 11 offers total or 10 offers total. And we're going to be talking with the sellers and we narrow it down to the 3 groups. So we just need you to sharpen your pencil and you need to, re-underwrite the deal and sharpen your pencil. So give us another offer, your best and final, and we'll pick the winner. And what happens is, if I was an investor, I was like, man, I'm not going to lose a deal for a couple $100,000 where I can extract out $450,000, $600,000. So they're going to sharpen their pencil. Maybe they get to 1.95. Other person goes, fine, $2 million, $1.9 difference. It's all right. It's a rounding error later on if I refinance. So I'm going to write that for $2 million. So now he got an offer for $2 million. That's why they'll do that tactic, regardless if they have it or not. You're saying this is an attractive price point, so why wouldn't there be multiple offers? And all cash buyers at $2 million it's a pretty reasonable assumption that they have some cash buyers in there. And if they're all cash buyers, they might get a hard money loan from their parents, their friends, or they will do syndication and buy it all cash. So they can lock it up sooner and work on that property to mark to market, add amenities, whatever it may be, so that in a year or two, when the interest rate comes back down and the property is a little bit more stabilized, they can get more beneficial financing leverage at the time. So those are the reasons why they might be doing that. If you found this content helpful, please share, like, and subscribe. Thank you very much.